He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Oh, hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. And this is another edition of Car Conversations on Jay Lee's Corner. Okay. I got my little hoodie on today, y'all, because it's not warm, but it's not cold. It's like 35, 40 degrees. So this is perfect hoodie weather. Okay. So I can put away my winter coat and bring out my Detroit hoodies. This is my hoodie from my website. It's the Teespring website. So go ahead and get you a Man the Business that pays you hoodie. All my Teespring stuff and whatnot. Get you one. And yes, it comes in different colors and different sizes. Okay. Anyway, so this is a quick car conversation. I'm on my way to work on this great Friday. And it was just two little things I wanted to discuss. Sometimes I went live last night. Traffic, Lord Jesus, y'all just taking forever. But yeah, I went live last night, and people had asked me, a couple questions here, a couple questions there, whatnot. And so I was like, I should have made a video about that, but I had forgot. So should I? Damn, go. You got to turn real quick to get to the right traffic thing. But, I'm going to make this light. Go on, head over, bruh. Okay, I'm focused now. But, yeah, so I was on live last night. I've been popping up live here and there during the week on days when I'm not really reviewing shows too much. Just so that I can talk to y'all, because I know everybody can't make it on Sundays at 6:30. So, like on Tuesdays and on Thursdays, between it'll be always after 8 o'clock. I've been popping up live and just having, motherfucker, now you couldn't fuck. Girl, just calm down. You get on the freeway and just people they don't know how to merge right. Like, either speed up or slow down, but I'm getting on the freeway. Either way it go. But yeah, so I always feel like it's going to be a quick little live. Like, okay, because I be thinking ain't nobody going to be up out the blue, listening to me talk. And people always end up coming on. And I always end up being over there for an hour. So I was on for a little over an hour yesterday. So these two topics came up, and I'm like, let me discuss a little bit more of what my opinion is. Now that I've thought about it, now that I've, heard a little bit more. We'll just thought about it more. So Howard Stern and Wendy Williams. So y'all know I'm a Wendy Williams fan, but she sometimes gets on my nerve. Okay, I don't always agree with her. Not even get on my nerve, but I don't always agree with her about stuff. So I can call her out when she's wrong or when I feel she's wrong. But I also support her when she's, people fuck with her and they shouldn't be. So Howard Stern, who is the white man with a radio show. Howard Stern been around for a long time. I remember I used to watch his TV show of his radio show that used to be, I think it was on E! News a long time ago, back when E! had, all these crazy shows. I think it was on E! Him and Robin, it was the little black man, literally a little man who was black. I think, what's his name, Beetlejuice? What did they call him, Beetlejuice? I think they called him Beetlejuice. So I used to watch that. And it was very, very crass. It was very, very crazy. It was a crazy show. But I remember him from those days. I remember watching his movie Private Parts. I think it was called Private Parts. So I know of Howard Stern and of his antics then. And, I haven't followed him too much recently at all. But Wendy was talking about his new book that he has out on her show. And when she was talking about it, she, said how, he's turned. She didn't talk about him bad. As she was promoting the book and people was clapping, She's like, well, he's not like us anymore now. He's living in Hollywood now. He's in these different circles. He's Hollywood or whatever. She said, he's not really of the people anymore how I am. And you can't say something about somebody and tell them how mad to get. However, a person can get extra mad over something so little. And like, she didn't really say anything bad, just gave her opinion, feeling like, he's no longer as for the people. This means he's not as regular as other folk. He's Hollywood now, and that is a different type of thing when you in that world. So I heard, he said this and that or whatever. I read a little bit of what he said on YBS yesterday when I was on my live. But I read a little bit more of what he said today. Well, last night after I was live and stuff. And I'm even more offended. I mean, I'm not going to play the audio. I'm not going to say what he said because it was crazy. I know YouTube be, looking for little words and stuff, not looking for little words in our videos. So it's a hearse on the freeway. I don't think I've ever seen a hearse on the freeway. But I guess they got to get to point A and point B, but I've just never seen one on the freeway. Girl. Anyway, so, but he was calling me a bitch this, bitch that, you ain't shit, fuck you, He told her she was a drag queen, that she looked like a drag queen. He'd rather have sex with RuPaul than have sex with her. And this all, you're fake, yes, so your titties are fake, your husband's a cheater, don't worry about me, worry about you. It was like a tirade, that I thought was inappropriate. I do think he went too far. But I also feel like that's what he used to do. He's a shock jock. And because she called him out on how he's not a shock jock too much anymore, he felt like, oh, let me do to her what I used to do to other people. And let's see how she likes it. But it still didn't, it was inappropriate in my opinion. And it made me mad because people was like, yeah, go off on her. Yeah, Wendy ain't shit. He said how she had not fake illness. He said she had a mystery illness and, she left for 2 months and didn't tell anybody about this and that. I'm like, and it was like a little tirade. And I swear, at one point, I thought he called her a see you next Tuesday. Okay, y'all know what a see you next Tuesday is. I'm not going to say the word. I think he called her a see you next Tuesday. And C is the letter, not the word. The letter C, you next Tuesday. Okay. So I was just surprised, and I'm like, for what though, bro? Like, what makes you want to go that hard at someone who only said, I think he's Hollywood now? That's almost a compliment. Also a dig, but a compliment. But what she said did not warrant what he said. Like, it didn't. If he would have said, well, hell, okay, if she think I'm Hollywood, that just means she not. Okay, who cares? And I also feel like he did it because, do people really watch Howard? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I know he exists. I know he used to be on, I think it was American Got Talent or one of those shows. He was a judge on something or whatever. So I know he's around in the industry. But I feel like, did he go off on her so hard to get more attention for his show? Because at the end of the day, everybody talk about Wendy. Everybody. Wendy's name was on everybody's mouth the whole time she was gone. Before she was gone, like, she's popular. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you can't make it seem like she's nobody and nobody cares. It just made me mad. I was like, it was some bullshit. So I don't watch him. I will continue not to watch him, but I feel like anybody, praising him for, degrading her is stupid. And I told y'all before, not today, Chloe. Not today. You're not going to drag this black woman today. I also feel like that. I'm not going to let that man drag her. She's still a black woman. And that's not how you talk to black women. Even if if he was talking about a Hispanic woman or a white woman, that's not how you talk to women. But especially not my black sister. Okay, I tell you all the time, at the end of the day, I am still a grown black woman. And I will try my best to not participate in unnecessary disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And keyword, unnecessary disrespect. I do feel like people have the right to go off on somebody if they feel like it, but I always feel like it should be warranted for one, and you shouldn't go too far for two. Okay, That's my opinion. I'm gonna stick to it. So I'm still gonna watch Wendy. I won't watch Howard, but I do. I was mad at. I'm like, he really. I'm like, I couldn't believe the stuff he was saying. It was just seeming too much for me. The only other thing I was going to discuss is the whole Raz-B thing. They asked me about that on my live too, and I posted the little clip of Raz-B from B2K saying how he was going to be off the Millennium Tour, how he did not feel safe because Chris Stokes was around, and so he posted a quick post and delete on his IG stories the other day, and I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that anybody would allow Chris Stokes to be anywhere, at that concert. Now, I ain't saying that Chris Stokes can't buy a concert and be in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Row F, seat 13 or whatever. But I do feel like he shouldn't be backstage. I do feel like he shouldn't be nowhere in the group. And mainly because we know what Raz-B said that man did to them. We are all aware of what Raz-B said that man did to them. So I feel like ain't no reason for that man to be anywhere near Raz-B or the group. Even if Chris Stokes is still cool with Omarion, with Fizz, with Boog, or anyone else on the tour, when you on a tour with somebody, you should know not to bring people around who they don't fuck with, just to keep the peace of the tour. I feel like that's where the whole beef with Escape and Tamar came from, because Tamar knew that Escape and people on that tour don't fuck with Kaya, because things that Kaya said. So you really shouldn't bring her to the show, because you know it ain't gonna be cool to have her backstage. So I feel like anybody who allowed Chris Stokes to be backstage, all in the video, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, like just around, like that was just not right. Mainly because we know what he's been accused of. Now, when Raz-B said, somebody called, I'm trying not to laugh, somebody called Lifetime, I want to do the Surviving Chris Stokes. I say, Lord Jesus, Surviving Chris. But it may be something real to that. You know what I'm saying? Look, I said, if a person, molested or raped or did whatever to 5 people and only one person said it happened, if that one person admits it and the other 4 don't, it don't mean it didn't happen. It just means the other people not ready to admit it happened. You know what I'm saying? Or they can deny it happened to them. You know what I'm saying? And because they not ready for that. That ain't the truth they ready to live yet. So I don't think anybody looked at it from Raz's point of view as, even if he the only victim it ever happened to, that's a traumatic experience for him. And so he don't really want to be around him. And he has the right to not want to be around the man who he accused of sexually abusing him when he was a kid. Okay? He shouldn't have to be around that. And anyone on that tour who don't acknowledge that, or who can't accept that, or who can't know that that's the right thing to do, ain't shit. And they want to cause that boy harm. They want to cause that boy to leave the tour. And for what I hear, the tour's doing really good. B2K, you know what I'm saying? Pretty Ricky, Mario, Chingy, I think the Yin Yang twins over there, Bobby Valentino. So I hear the tour's doing good. I've seen clips and stuff online. And the crowds are going, y'all, it's going too slow. The crowds are going crazy or whatever, and so I'm like, is Chris coming around because he mad because he ain't got no money in it or something? Like, I'm not sure what the point of Chris even being around would be. I know Omarion and Marcus Houston, they used to claim they was related in some sort of way, and I know Marcus Houston still, associates himself with Chris. We know that he just got engaged to a girl who called Chris, like daddy, but I think the girl is really just Chris's daughter's, like, really, really good friend. So, she looks at him like a father figure, but I don't think it's his daughter, because his real daughter is, like, married to somebody else, and the girl is, like, close friends to his daughter. But I'm like, if Immature did a concert, I would say, okay, I think Chris Stokes would probably be there, because they still fuck with him. But Dave never accused him of shit, bottom line. So I've seen people like, oh, you know, Raz-B need to shut up, you know what I'm saying? He can lead a tour, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. I'm like, man, that's not fair to do that to that man. If that you can't do that to that boy. You can't. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand how much child molestation and child rape and child assault and you know, this inappropriateness of grown adults doing things to kids and doing things to teenagers, how it affects somebody. So I think before we tear him down and tell him how he ain't shit and we don't care, make sure that man okay. Because God forbid that man do something to himself and everybody feel like shit because he done killed himself because Chris Stokes touched his asshole or whatever he said he did. So, I mean, we have to sometimes have compassion before we have jokes for people who really going through shit. And anybody who look at Raz-B can tell that man done been through some things. Okay, he done been through some things. And that ain't fair to be like, oh, who cares? Like, man, fuck Chris Stokes. He don't need to be there. Before y'all say fuck Raz-B, say fuck Chris Stokes. Okay, if we muted R. Kelly, we can't mute Chris Stokes. Anyway, I'm done, y'all, because I'm at work. But I will be live Sunday at 6:30 as usual to chit chat. Well, I hope I'll be live. Well, that's DJ's actual birthday. We're going out earlier in the day. But I do think I'll be home before by 6:30 to be live. So I'll talk to y'all then. Peace.
He's like love, 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 and music.